I knew from a young age that I wanted to help people and I wanted to take care of people. I chose respiratory therapy because I didn't want to be a nurse. I had all the prerequisites for respiratory, and I think I would have had to take a couple more classes to become a nurse, and I just wanted to get into the work field. I wanted to start making money, and I didn't want to be in school anymore. This is our circuit. The white part is our expiratory, and this part, the blue part, is our inspiratory. And then here's our humidifier so it doesn't dry out the baby. And then we have so the yellow is medical air, and the green is obviously oxygen. I wasn't quite sure until I actually got into the program that we were the ones in charge of pulling the plug, essentially, is what they called it. And that's when you intubate a patient and you put him on a ventilator, we're the ones in charge of taking the ventilator off and pulling out the tube. That kind of scared me, but it still is a form of helping people, and it's almost an honor to be there for that part in life. So about 3 months ago, we had a set of twins that were born. They were born at 24 weeks. A term baby is 40 weeks. So you can imagine that's pretty much cut in half. And these twins were so tiny, like that big. There was a boy and a girl. And the reason why they were born is because we'll call him baby B. His heart rate kept dropping. They needed to go and get the babies out and do a C-section. After the C-section, we brought him into the NICU. Automatically at 24 weeks, they're gonna be in the NICU. We put baby B on what we call nasal CPAP and bubble CPAP. So it's just a little nasal cannula that we put into their nose, and it gives positive pressure or PEEP. It just helps to keep their lungs open, and it's a more gentler form of help for the baby. So he was just on that with a little bit of oxygen, but baby A, the one that wasn't having problems in the womb, she started declining really fast. We ended up having to intubate her, and we put her on the ventilator, and that still wasn't helping. And so we went to the oscillator, and that's another form of gentle ventilation. She also had to have nitric oxide, which is a gas that helps to dilate the pulmonary arteries. She just kept declining. Then other systems in her body started shutting down. She wasn't able to have any bowel movements. She wasn't outputting enough urine for what we were giving her, and she was just getting really puffy. And we did an ultrasound of her head and found that she had grade 4 brain bleeds on both sides. And just all of that put together, her outcomes were not going to be the best. The family, they were in there every single day, and they were there through the whole process and kept in the loop on everything. And they finally came to the decision that it was going to be her time to pass, because they knew if they kept her on this life support and kept her living, that she would be living a very difficult life and she would have a lot of problems growing up. And so they decided that it was her time to pass. I went in there, and as a team, we gave her support, and then they decided that it would be time for me to take out the tube. And it's very sad, because there's this tiny little baby on the mom's chest, like not even that big, like just super tiny, and it was my job to take out the tube. And once I took out the tube, the baby just started turning a different color, and you knew that she was passing on. And it was very difficult to watch that, and I've had to do that with 3 babies now. And I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it felt like a lot with just the 3 years that I've been doing this. During COVID, I was in the ICU, and I had to take adults off of life support. And there was one time that the mother to his son, he asked me, do you think he can hear me? And And I said, of course, tell him everything you need to tell him. And it was just really hard. But it's also very honoring to be there for that moment, because you're helping a soul pass on. And one day it's going to be your time too. And I know that's very, very dark. But I hope when my day comes that there will be someone there too who has a good heart to, if that's how I pass, to take the tube out for me. I feel like it is a very, very hard job, but it is a job that I feel like I can do, and I do really love my job, but there are hard times, and it's good to have coworkers who have your back and who support you, and it makes you feel like you're a part of something really big and something that matters. So I keep showing up and doing my job every day in the NICU, because that part of respiratory is really needed and it's essential. And so I feel like I really do matter when I go to work, and it is an amazing feeling to be needed for your skills and for what you know. And I show up every day so that I can be there for the babies, and they need food, and they need to be able to breathe, and they need all of that stuff, and you're the ones who give it.